I just came from my daughter's birthday party, ice skating rink, Kallang, almost late. And then at 2:05, I got to run off from this place to catch a flight at 4 o'clock. I'm flying SQ tonight to go to Bangkok, and I'll be picked up at the airport and take a 2-hour taxi ride to a place called Wang Ri Resort, which is the site for what we call the Eagle Camp. At this very moment, more than 20 of our people from Singapore, Malaysia are going through the Eagle Camp. Now, you don't know what's Eagle Camp if you didn't hear about the Happy Life Project. But if you know about the Happy Life Project, then you know Eagle Camp is part of it. Okay? Anyway, let's not go into distracting details, even if it sounds exciting, right? So for that, for all that reason, I apologize. I'm not in my usual smart wear. Alright? It's okay? Forgive me. Please, please. Okay, because if I will try to dress up, I'm going to be late for everything. Okay, it's important for me to be here for you at the time that's appointed. Okay, I would like to share with you the Happy Life Project as a preview to today's session. If I don't get too excited, I should finish by about 2 o'clock, and I'm starting late. Okay, I just want to start by letting you know the context of this project. Money, time, and health, I believe they're all important to you, right? Who disagree? I think they're all important to us. But if I were to ask you right now, you have to choose one. The most important thing to you right now is what? Health. Well, very quick, right? So who choose health? Who choose money? When people say health, their hand goes like that. When they say money, the hand goes like that. Some kind of, like we are a little bit apologetic to say money is important. Who chooses time? I think time is the most precious. That's the one where if you lose it, you cannot get it back. Money, if you lose it, even if you got bankrupt, you can still get it back. And health, if you lose it, if you didn't die, you can still get it back. But if you're dead, it's gone already, right? Yeah. But they're all important. But while most people choose health, how do most people live? Choosing with your mouth is different from living with your life. Most people live their life like money is everything, because they give up all of their time just to make money. And when there's not enough money, they give up more time. What about health? While we say health is important, we don't even drink enough water. We don't even exercise. And when supplements show up, we think the wrong things. And how do we take care of our health? I'm too busy, right? So most people give up their health for money. But when we speak, we say health is important. But when we live, we forget about health. And what happens to most people is after 10 years, 20 years of working very hard, we lose some of our health. Then what do we do? We take our money, our hard-earned money, the money that the reason why people save money is they save for the rainy day. Why don't we make money for the sunny day? Why do we just save money for the rainy day? Because we just kind of got bad news mindset, right? We expect a rainy day to happen, and guess what happens? It comes. And the rainy day will look like you lost some of your health. You take your money for that rainy day, and you try to buy back your health. Do you know of anyone who lives like this? Do you know? Who doesn't know of anyone who lives like this? Yeah, many. Probably most people live like that. That's the reason why the Happy Life Project is a very compelling proposition. Because we say, don't live like this. More money, less time, less health. Oh, I want more time, or then less money. I want more health, then less money. Life for most people is a trade-off. If I want more of this, I have less of that. If I want more of that, I have less of this. Right? Today we will show you how to have more of everything. No need to compromise on what's important to you. No need to trade off one valuable thing for another valuable thing. The Happy Life Project will offer you money. And please don't apologize for money, because if you do, you won't get it. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of money. There's just something wrong with not knowing what to do with it. And people with a lot of money and don't know what to do with it, they get into trouble, right? Yeah, like Mike Tyson. From hero to zero and lower. Right? But money and time, you want them all, right? And health. If we can show you a way to get more money, more time, more health, would that be great?
Yes.
Then what would you get? You get more happiness. Agree? Who is in this world for more sadness? Who is in this world for more happiness? If you want, you got a race like that. Then you can get it. Right? And Very, very often when people are invited to take a stand for what's important to them, they worry about what people think. If I raise my hand, will I look childish? If I raise my hand, will I look like an obedient student? What's wrong with being an obedient student of life? Right? So I encourage you to forget thinking about what people are thinking about you, because everyone is not thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves. Right? They got no time to think of someone else. Today, you're going to be blessed with an idea that will set you free and allow you to set other people free from all their concerns about money, time, and health. You got that? Is that interesting enough for you to spend the whole day with us? Okay, let's just see, right? The Happy Life Project will come with some good results. Now, because I shared with you the philosophical context, I think it is better now for you to look at the money. But if the first thing I say is money, you're going to think I'm another money-faced guy selling you some money scheme, right? Which is not what I want you to get, and which is not what I want you to do. Good to see you, right? I don't want you to think the wrong thing about a great idea. So the philosophical context is important. Now, if you join our project just to get more money, more time, and more health, and more happiness in your life, then I must inform you in the first 3 to 6 months of the project, you will get this kind of result. Is 4,000 per month good enough to change your life? Okay, you're thinking about it. But in Singapore, that's average household income. Anyone who can get 4,000, if they're average household, they will double their income. Would doubling your income change your life? I believe it would. And extra money that doesn't kill you in the process of getting it will change your life. Right? That's just the first installment. The first installment you might kind of believe and are kind of unimpressed. But if I share with you my second installment result, 2 to 3 years you can get 40,000 per month. Some of you are already looking at me like you don't believe me, right? But I'm not sharing with you anything we don't believe. I'm not sharing with you anything that cannot be gotten. If this is not possible, we'll be standing con men. Now, if we were conning people, we won't have people stick around for so long. Con men don't last 3 months. I lasted 9 years in this company. But that 9 years doesn't mean anything if you didn't know how to help someone else get the result. Okay? And what I'm sharing with you here is not 9 years old. What I'm sharing with you here is 1 year old. This is a recent innovation to our business proposition. Right? So 40,000 per month. Would that change your life? Yeah? 3 to 5 years. Are you looking forward to retirement? Any of you? Okay, I want to acknowledge that a lot of people have different ideas of retirement. And there are some people I meet who are actually afraid of the word. Because to them, retirement means being old. Yeah, because officially you get to retire at 65. And the government is very kind and is thinking of raising the retirement age to 67. When I first set foot in Singapore, official retirement age was 55. Then became 62. Then became 65. Then became 67. What's happening? Very simple. People can't afford to retire at 55, so they move it to 62. People couldn't afford to retire at 62, so they move it to 65. And now people can't afford to retire at 65, so they move to 67. And then Lee Kuan Yew said, don't bother retire, work for your whole life. But you really want to retire. But your concept of retirement may be affected by your idea that to retire you have to be old. And you don't want to think about being old. Not just old, but old and poor. Most people work very hard to make a lot of money while they're working. When they retire, they try to learn to live on 20% of what was not even enough in the first place. Always money not enough, right? When you're working, you complain money not enough. Then when you retire, you have to learn to live on 20% of what was not enough. Is that a good plan for life? So retirement to most people means retire old, poor, and... Okay, let me ask you, how do you see yourself at 65? How will you look? Most people's concept of retirement is O, P, and U. Old, poor, and ugly. They don't want to discuss what they might look like at 65. But today, I will free you from those concerns. Retirement doesn't have to mean those things. In the project, you can retire young. 5 years from now, you're still young. Agree? I must say yes with all your heart.
Yes.
Yeah, right? You retire young, you retire rich. Rich. Now, I know some of you have got a problem with the word rich. And you think wanting to be rich is not a classy thing. But forget about all your bad ideas about being rich. Right? Because the rich here has a different meaning. You're not just going to be rich, you're also going to be free. Because there are a lot of people with a lot of money and they have a lot of problems, right? You know people like that? But in our business, you're going to be young, rich and free when you retire. Good? Who wants? Great, you're getting the idea. Then you can have it, right? Alright, so would you like to have this? And your answer is?
Yes.
Good. How? Learn this formula. X equals to Y, where X is action and Y is result. Very often when we talk to people, they say, what do I have to do? Very quick, they say, what do I have to do? But this is how society conditions your mind. What do I have to do first before I decide? We in the Happy Life Project ask you, what do you want to get first? Then we see whether you need to learn. Why you bother to learn everything if you not interested in the result? If I told you that the Happy Life Project will put $2,000 extra in your pocket in 10 years, would you bother to come for training? The result has got to be big to incentivize you to put in the extra effort, right? Because all of us already live busy lives. Now, if you're going to yank 1 hour out of your life, it better be for a good cause. I believe just now I shared with you a good cause, right? So the more important thing is not the X, but the Y, right? Everyone here probably have a job. Some people here are running businesses, but most people have a job. If your job is like your X, your action, okay? And if your job gives you a low income, then your quality of life is just corresponding to that, right? And if your job pays you a high income, then naturally you have a relatively high quality of life, right? But what is enough? We want to talk about the ultimate. Instead of just cutting your clothes to suit your body, why don't we just go and get the body that we want? Instead of cutting your lifestyle to match the income, why don't we go get the income that we want? Why don't we get the ultimate lifestyle available to you? Because that's what we are talking about today. That's why it's worth your Saturday afternoon. And that's why it's worth my rushing before I take flight to Singapore, to Bangkok. Right? I'm in Singapore, right? Forget where I am. Alright? So let's talk about what's ultimate. In the Happy Life Project, the ultimate possibility is what we call the 100% free life. Where you do not have to worry about money. And you do not have to worry about your time. How many of you own your time? Okay, how many of you, your boss own your time? You want to own your time instead of letting someone else own you? In this day, we have this thing called job. That's just a new word for modern slavery. When they pay you money, they call on you even the extra time, right? And when they call you officer, you don't get overtime. Yeah, and they own you anyway, right? So, we like to give you back your time, and we like to give you back your health. How many of you would like to grow old and then become an obedient student of your doctor? Eat this, eat that. It doesn't work, eat something else. Now, people who are like that do not own their body, do not own their health, and do not even own their brains. We're going to give you your brains back. We're going to give you your body back. We're going to give you your health back. We're going to give you your time back. And we're going to give you a life free of money worries. Good? And if you have that, then we call that 100% happy life. Yeah, it's okay if you heard this for the first time. Right? So remember today. What's the date today?
23rd.
23rd April 2011. Write that down because you just heard this for the first time today, some of you. Right? And that can make all the difference to the rest of your life. But let's look at some possibilities. There are some people in their life, they have a lot of freedom monetarily speaking. But they don't own time and they don't own their health. What kind of person is this? Businessman. A lot of money. Well, very quick. Huh? You know someone like that. Okay. There are also some people with a lot of time but no money and no health. Remember I talked about people who retire old, poor and ugly? Probably a retiree or unemployed, right? They got a lot of time, but they don't have health. Definitely no money if you're retiring the conventional way. What about people who got no money, no time, no health? You know people like that? Typically, it may not be you, because maybe you are well treated by your company and your boss, okay? But this category normally refer to what we call the E quadrant, the people who are employees. So they don't own their time, they don't own their health, and they have money worries. Because money always not enough. You know people like that? If you're on a job, people who are on a job tend to be in this position. But because you are used to it, you don't see it as a problem. When you're used to suffering, suffering is not a problem, okay? You call it contented. Oh, I'm contented, I don't need much. Okay? Open your mind today, right? We can give you this life where you have money, time, and health. Do you know how we get it? How? It's the Happy Life Project. If you know of another way, please let me know. Okay? In the Happy Life Project, we help you make a transition very fast. Most people are stuck here, employee working for others. Anyone who's an employee is on what we call the 20, 40, 60 rule. You come out of school 20, you work for 40 years, and then you retire at 60, and what do you get? Zero income. Unless you were wise with your surplus. If you had surplus in the first place. Now, some people are smart and they say, hey, wow, this is not the way I want to finish my economically active years. So they go into business for themselves, right? And they want to be their own boss, right? And guess what type of people these are? Who's got more time, employee or self-employed? Who's got more time? Employee. Who's got less stress, employee or self-employed? Employee. And who do you think has got more money, especially the first 3 years? Then how come people go from here to here, suffer less time, less money, less health? Sounds stupid, right? Sounds foolhardy, right? No, it's not stupid. They really want to break free. And they're prepared to suffer for some years. How many years? Let's look, how many years? To make this move, you see, some people go from here to self-employed because they really want to get to the passive income side. Right? Under active income, the formula is 1 to 1. 1 month pay, 1 month income. 0 to 0. 0 month pay, 0 income. The formula for passive income is you already finished your work. 0 work, income, 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 income. Alright? Let me show this to you. You need to get this straight. Active income looks like this. Passive income looks like this. You got it? Yeah? Active income, passive income. So people really want to go from this side to this side. And how long does it typically take? You think? You agree? 20 to 30 years? How many of you know of people who became free and rich in 20, 30 years? No need to work anymore and the money is still rolling. Your boss? No, he's still working, right? You work for your boss many years, but your boss also still working. Okay? Right, so maybe, what do you think, 50 years? Think of those people who are like walking around hunchback and they're very rich and they dare not wear expensive clothes. They look like they're wearing t-shirt that's torn and tattered. Do you know people like that? Why? Because they've been working for 50 years and freedom is not in their mind. To them, life is a toil. Right? And at 80 years old, they finally become free. Come, let's go climb mountain. Like to go climb mountain at 80 years old? Well, let's do it in 5 years, not in 50 years, right? Okay, this is the problem with most businesses. You need capital, you need knowledge, and it takes time to acquire the right knowledge. It takes time to acquire experience. It takes time to cultivate the connection that can help you make your business go from small to big, right? It also takes a lot of risk. How much money are you prepared to lose? Most people stay in the E quadrant because they don't even have the money that they can afford to risk. Okay? Right? So we will show you a better way where you can have the dream of passive income without having to put up all these requirements. Right? And we cut the zero out of the equation. You can go from active where you are to passive in 2 to 3 years. Okay? Does it sound too good to be true? Who says it's too good to be true? It's okay. It's too good to be true because you don't know yet how it can become true. Right? So it's okay. You're going to meet people who say this is too good to be true. But the purpose of today is to prove to you that it is true, even if it sounds too good. Okay, this is just kind of rubbing it in, right? So I'm not going to rub it in. 20 years old, come out to work. Take 20 years to establish a career and after that enjoy your position in life and then retire at 60, right? Who believes this formula? Let me tell you my first-hand experience. I work very hard, I don't job hop, you know. I stay in one place for a very long time. My friends know and they know me. Alright? So there was a place I worked for 13 years. And at 40, when I was established, I lost my job.